Secure Act 2.0, Secure Act this, Secure Act that. Let's talk to Ruth Weinstein. I'm starting again. How about this Secure Act business? We're going to talk to Bruce Weinstein about that. This is The Truth About Money with Bruce Weinstein, Premier Southwest Planning Group, and I'm Jackie Selby. How can the Secure Act impact inherited retirement accounts?
Okay. When a spouse inherits an account, there is no tax, and the spouse rolls the money into what we call a spousal IRA rollover. Okay?
Okay.
Change the name to your name, roll it into an account, no tax. When there is no spouse and the money goes directly to children or other people that they name other than the spouse, the Secure Act changed the law that says you have up to 10 years to pay the tax on that money. So, and it used to be anybody other than the spouse should pay the tax right away. Did you know that?
No, that's a lot.
Yeah. So you have $1 million, you got to pay $400,000 to Uncle Sam. So they came out with the Secure Act, which also was for 401k plans. It started to do a lot for, people that participated in, and they gave real good tax benefits to business owners. So if you're a business owner and you don't have a 401k, the Secure Act says that we're going to give you a tax credit, not a deduction, a credit for like up to $5,000 for 5 years. It's really good. But it also did this thing where the beneficiaries that inherit an IRA, other than the spouse, have up to 10 years to pay the tax on the dollars. So technically what you're supposed to do is pull the money out over a 10-year period. It could be all in 1 year. It could be spread out over 10. It could be in 3 years. It could be in 5 months. I don't really care. You got up to 10 years to pay the tax on that. All right?
Okay.
So why is that important? Well, we're talking about beneficiaries and how many things people miss, when they try to set up these estate plans, and just the basic, easy stuff where, mom left her money in a bank and the bankers didn't tell her to put a TOD or a POD on the account. And now the money's going to probate. And, it's going to cost them $5,000 to $10,000 at the end of the day and cause aggravation. Instead of walking into the bank, here's my POA, here's the beneficiary, we filled it out, go ahead and give it to me, right? Now I got to go through the court system. Who wants to do that? Now it's not private anymore.
That's why we're on the air, is to give this information out. Education.
That's crazy, Anywho, so they're making mistakes, but it's not intended. It's unintended, and there's unintended consequences of it, And so it ends up costing you money, and it becomes, a little bit difficult. Now, it's not the end of the world, but these are the reason why I'm on the radio, is to make sure that you do it, and hopefully, you'll want to talk to somebody like us that doesn't make those mistakes. Like, we make sure that we have beneficiary designations on every account that we open. You have to with an IRA or a 401k, but you don't have to with a non-qualified account. You can just open it up in someone's name and that's it. Well, we don't do that. We never will, and we never have.
Okay.
So, my client is going, and his brother and sister are going to inherit that money that I managed for the mom. What makes me really upset about that with my Jackie is that her name was Jackie too. And it was like, she didn't make any interest on that money. And it's like, I could have made more money for the kids,
So sad. I know.
It is. She never used anything. She lived with her son. And I was like, I was so upset about it, because it's like, Jackie, I could have, over the last 10 years, I would have made you like on $200,000. I would have increased it to a minimum of $300,000. I'm really upset about it. And
I think there's a lot of people who are sitting on a wad in their checking account right now.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That single guy I was telling you about, same deal. He's like, same deal. Like 150, 200,000. I mean,
just sitting there in the bank.
It is. It's
not working for you.
It's not. Like, I have a business account, and I keep a lot of money in my business account in cash. Well, that's because I have payroll and stuff, right? But it's like, I think a lot of times I should set up another account, and I'd love to have one at the bank. It would make it much easier, so then I can transfer the money back and forth versus through my custodian. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just like transfer the money back and forth when I need it and stop leaving so much money in the bank. But I don't know. I don't know. But most people they're not in the same situation. They work for a company versus working for yourself. It's different, so you have to be careful. Why?
But you can consult. That's the other thing, is that you can consult with people about their business and their accounts and so forth. That's one of your designations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I have a designation as a certified family business specialist, and I work with business owners and small family businesses, and I got certified in that. It's the same place that certifies the people for the CFP. It took me 6 months to get it too, but there's a lot of blind spots out there. I'm looking at our notes of what we decided that we were going to talk about today, Jackie, and there's tons of blind spots out there that people miss all the time. It's not easy. It requires a lot of, what you don't know, right?
Premier Southwest Planning Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor. The content of this advertisement is intended for informational purposes only and is not intended to be investment advice. The views expressed in this program are subject to change based on market and other conditions.